And then I said, that sounds racist. Anyway, welcome to the show. It is a Wednesday on the 5th of March. We're marching our way through this new month. How do you feel about it? I know how you feel about January and February. How's March?
Well, it's early.
Small sample, Dean.
Small sample. Yeah. I think it's going to turn out all right, but it's very busy.
Don't rush to judgment kind of thing.
It's very busy for the household.
Busy,
I don't like it. That aspect, but there's good and bad to it as well.
Is it the parents?
Because then I can sit around and be bored if I'm not busy.
Yeah.
And then I'm not happy about that. But then if I'm busy, what a son of a...
I was thinking about that because I think there's obviously different types of people, of which we are all different. Say a day like today, you go into say you have a calendar on your phone. That's how you keep track of your life. Maybe you've got a book or a day timer. And you flip to, okay, Wednesday, March 5th. You did maybe last night. Like, okay, well, I'm through this day. What do I have tomorrow? And you look and you see that there's nothing. I feel like some people would be like, I don't have anything going on tomorrow. I thought maybe have a lunch, go see somebody, or there'd be something, maybe do something tomorrow night. Do we not have it?
Wait, wide open here. Could you really get something done?
Yeah.
It's blank canvas.
And then I wonder if there's anybody, I don't know who they'd be, that would look and say, oh, I have nothing tomorrow. It's
perfect.
After about noon,
this is
just kind of smooth sailing. And that would be like awesome. That'd be a great feeling.
So what would they do though? Like that person?
Probably very little, but it would be whatever they wanted to do. There'd be no obligations, just kind of. So anyway,
so which one are you?
Movies or?
I don't know if I'm either one or the other.
What do you think about March so far?
I think March is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of March so far.
March is a tricky bastard though, because it's been very lovely. We're going to get smacked at some point.
Yeah.
This is
spring in the city is absolute just bleepery.
Well,
just when you think you're
start?
out,
when is
probably the 21st.
Stupid time change this weekend.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Is that this?
The spring equinox is the 20th of March,
which is fine.
And so that is you know exactly what that is, don't you? That's when the sun is where on the.
It's in the thing. Yeah.
It's an awful time of year to think you know what you're getting, because you think, oh, it was 10 degrees and lovely. Put away the snow gear.
We might have had a nicer January than we will March.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Because January was quite nice.
Wow,
January.
But isn't it like
these gravel off the
roads? Have you gone
put
anywhere?
away?
I haven't gone anywhere. Have you gone anywhere?
No, too busy.
I take too much commitment to these sports and bullshit.
You know when the big trips are coming? Is school break is in like a week and a half.
I know, but by then I've already. It's like I want to spring training. Why aren't we old enough to go to Scottsdale or Dunedin? And
we can do it. We just have to make a priority. We can do it. I think it's a great.
I don't want to go with you. I wasn't talking about you. I'm just talking in general.
Take a week then.
It's
you can book a flight tomorrow.
You're still in this kid vortex.
100%.
But why are we buying into this BS about what kids needs? This is the only way, and this is how and what we have to do. What?
You're not going to deprive your kids from playing hockey. Come on.
Yeah, but am I depriving them of beaches? And
yes, you are.
Training. Like
when you're playing hockey, you're not doing the other things you could be doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you don't want to.
I've been on a ski hill once.
You don't want to go to with Pinder to spring training, but you don't really want to go with your kids either.
I'd be fine going.
You just want to get banged up in some hot weather.
I want to walk down some sort of boardwalk, beachy, fancy restaurant, 23 degrees out.
Palm trees are swaying.
Breeze.
Some open mic, guys playing guitar.
Text, boom, and say, sucks you aren't here, buddy. Wish you
want to rub it in.
Wish you could have joined us, pal.
Me and Pinder are having such a great time. No. But anyway, I feel like, liking March so far.
Good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It may do the
sidetracked,
pulling the football away on us, and we might be.
We're used to that.
Pissed off about
That's
it.
Calgary.
So far, so
won't
good.
Be the last time.
So far, so good.
You could have golfed in February. Calgary. Can you
I
believe
think what was it? There's the place by Deerfoot. It opened 2 weeks ago. Crazy.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Let's get out there. Smack it around. This your year?
There's not much I like more than swinging the sticks.
Nope, you hate it.
This your year?
Just so that
I think this is my year. I think this is the year I'm going to really get into it.
Yeah.
That's like the year I stopped drinking, Dean. It's
And
only
devote,
talked about. It doesn't actually exist.
Devote some real time and
Energy.
effort and emotion and really get into it.
That's like the year Jack's get into literature.
You know what? If you go buy a real expensive set of clubs, new clubs,
You did that. It didn't do it. It didn't work at all. How many times have you used your new clubs? You got them 5 years ago.
You get
Twice.
a new set of bakery and bun dishes. That'll make you bun.
That might be all right. Yeah.
You got new clubs like I want to say 6-7 years ago.
Now you do blow this out of proportion. I bought a different set of irons that were used.
Yeah.
I went to one of those used golf stores.
New to you.
And I bought a used set of irons.
Yeah.
I'm playing the same irons I've played since for 20 years. They're horrible.
And that's because you can't afford new clubs.
Because I'm not going to go blame the equipment when I play 10 times a year. It's clearly like user error.
Is
These
that
people
why?
that go buy nice golf clubs and play 10 times a year, like you don't have the same swing twice. How the hell do you think clubs are going to help you?
I love he's giving golf.
My God. I mean, if you're playing 50 times a year and you're practicing, you're hitting balls 3 times a week, by all means, go get some clubs.
If you commit to practicing even once a week, fine. You can
But if you're going for like my golf schedule consists of me getting boozed up for 2 different weekends and maybe 1 charity tournament. That's it. I'm not even hitting 10 rounds a year.
The sales lady's significant others does a golf tournament. Maybe you should join in on that.
Are you going to be there? Because I feel like you're not going to put a good word in for me.
Not at all.
If I didn't have good clubs, he would be like, "Well, you're not. No kidding. You're not going to like the sport because you have shit gear. And then if you have decent gears, well, you don't play enough to have good gear.
You did fall into a bit of a landmine there.
It's where I live.
Yeah,
I live in the unwinnable zone with Pinder. Nothing I do is either enough or it's too much or it's not right.
I just think if you bought something that was new to you, you'd bought it for a reason. Like you don't buy it to not use it. Whether that's ramps.
When I get home, I'll throw them up. I'll throw them up.
I'll buy them off you. Hell, I'm
sure.
Working on a deal.
Maybe he's Trump.
I'm angling.
He throws out just random things.
Now I get a deal.
He's got a reason. Yeah. He wants to scam you out of your clubs. I just stole my buddy. He gets new clubs every year. So I'm like,
who's this guy?
Taking them.
I can steal a set.
I don't give a shit. You're not using these.
Yeah.
I think he's stolen back though. Bastard. Which is fine.
Fair is fair.
Yeah.
Jack?
Golfer, Jack?
Back to you, Jack.
I hate golf.
Do you like drinking with your buddies outside?
Yeah, I do.
Like
my buddies all take
you're not good at golf?
I'm not good. I don't care to practice, and my buddies take it way too seriously. It's not fun to go and drink with them because when I shank the shit out of the ball.
So it's not golf, it's your
You need to find your
pals.
people. You need to find your golf buddies.
Look at us. You can golf with us.
Yeah, we're hacks.
Although you could go out and just have drinks with your buddies and not spend $180.
Oh, but
that's
then
true as well.
Come on.
You see what happens to him. Then he ends up on the couch. Spends 180 on taxis.
Gets spent one way or the other, I guess.
Buying U Sports tickets on Kijiji for 180.
It's a barn burner. We're a presentation of Bet365, the world's largest sports betting platform. You're gonna love it. If you haven't gotten in, you hear us talking about Bet365. Well, I don't really understand. Plus this, minus that, and what is it? You're gonna get in there and you're gonna enjoy it and you're gonna be responsible. And whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
I got some gems today.
And of course, chat is live. If you're in the YouTube chat, as we are live here today, and you put some money down, we'll take your comment, throw it on the show, and then give that money over to the good folks at the youth centers of Calgary. As we dive into last night's matchup, our opening statements are a presentation of McLeod Law. They are the very best. They are in Calgary. They are here for Calgary. They love Calgary. They get it. And you have to love that. There's a good chance that if you need legal assistance, there's maybe something pressing, something urgent, something that is very important in your life, and you need some help in a hurry.
Maybe you're having something annexed and you need someone to step in and say, whoa, this is mine.
McLeod-law.com. Opening statements. I forgot we got our buddy today too. Here we are yakking away. I forgot we got it's Wednesday.
Oh, I thought he came and go as he pleased.
Well, I asked, I said if he got the sand out of his Speedo, and he said he did. So that's good. We'll get to him here briefly. Flames last night, 6-3, defeat the Philadelphia Flyers. As you said, they've gotten 3 out of the possible 4 points.
3 out of the last 4, Dean.
5 games on the road trip so far, 5 points. That's setting you up for
5 and
a
5.
very successful road trip if you want to get a result tomorrow.
Mhm.
500 or better would be phenomenal given who you played.
Connor Zary, 2 goals in the first period, first multi-goal game. A Igor Sharangovich sighting, which is nice.
What?
Yes, and
Giving it to him a bit.
rang one off the post too. He had a little jump. That's good. Do more of that, son. You've got a shot. You can use it.
Maybe he needs more days off.
Yeah, maybe he likes that popcorn.
More days off.
Maybe.
More day. No?
Probably not.
Oh.
Yeah, probably not. We'll get into the particulars in a moment, but we do have to go to our insider hotline.
Let's do it.
He should have a hot take on the goaltending.
Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. Great partners of ours are here for you. If you need a new hot water heater, AC, or furnace, you'll get discounts, upgrades up to $1,000 in value. The website, crystalclearcalgary.com. You got buddies in the business, and you were just seconds ago before talking about wanting to be on a sand beach.
Yeah.
And hear kind of that tropical sounds and the music.
Warm
just
air,
kind of feel it all.
coconuts.
Little breeze.
I mean, who better than this guy to kind of share those stories, as he is just freshly back from a hot destination.
How many beach resorts do you own?
Uh-oh.
0.
Oh, well, just don't answer that
Chicken
question.
fingers.
What is going on with your hand?
You all right there?
You burned them.
No, I'm not George Costanza. I'm not a hot hand model. I'm just I've got some chicken fingers and some pizza cooking, and I just wanted to make sure
You've got a lot of George Costanza traits, though.
I don't have a wallet this big, put it that way, full of receipts.
You look like that guy.
Look how healthy you are.
Finger cooking with Bill when he had the oven mitts going there.
How healthy am I? I literally just told you there's a piece of pizza, 1 chicken finger, and 1 pierogi.
Wait, so this is for you, not your kids?
No, it's for me, because I've got to go to the studio right away. So I'm just grabbing everything that I found in the fridge and warmed it up.
Is this freezer food or
no? There's an Italian bakery right around the corner from our house. Like it's 7 minutes door to door. I almost go there twice a week for sure. But it's fresh gnocchi, it's fresh lasagna, it's calzone, it's you name it. So I picked up a little bit this morning, and I'm just on the run. I mean, I'm excited. Talk a little Flames, talk a little league, what's going on. I have a question for you guys, though. Is Dan Vladar in play at all or not? What do you hear?
I don't think he is, because I think his value has dropped to a point where they don't want to lose Devin Cooley on the Wranglers. Now, the Wranglers have had a weird second half, but they want to get their young kids there, a long playoff run. And if you trade Vladar, you need a second goalie on the roster. Cooley would be called up. He's not on your clear day roster. He can't go to the American League for the playoffs.
So all because you want your minor league team to have success, that you're not going to trade. You don't think you could get a second or third rounder for Vladar?
I don't. I mean, if he has another,
if you can, you should be trading him.
He's gone. If you could, I think that, they got him for a third, 4 years ago. There was hope if he had a really good year, you could get a second for him. He's had a really pedestrian year. With the last 5 have been good. That's pretty much the best stretch he's had all year, but he makes almost 3. You'd have to get a goalie back. And I'd think you'd get maybe a late third or a fourth or a fifth. At that point, what are you accomplishing? Well,
I'll give you an example. I just saw the Florida Panthers got Vanacek. I mean, Vladar or Vanacek. I mean, I kind of like Vladar.
But what did they get in return?
I don't know. Feathers, maybe.
A guy that's playing in the A.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't. I was mentally preparing for a show I was going to be on, so I didn't get to check to see what they got for it. But I just saw Vanacek went to Florida, and I thought to myself, why couldn't that have been, Vladar? You move an asset and you give a pathway to Cooley, but I understand it makes more sense to have him. It just sucks for Cooley. He's had a pretty damn good season, and he gets his reward is he gets to play in the AHL for it.
Well, and he got hurt and has been really mediocre since. So I think they just want to let him work there. And Patrick Gillies is the name of a human that went back and trade. So he's 25.
Clark's uncle.
I'm just looking to see if he's uncle. played in the NHL. Like, I don't
Not
know.
sure how that timeline works, but
it's right now it's dollar in, dollar out, that type of stuff. We're putting together our list for Trade Center, and I was looking at some of the goalies. I'm like, why is Vladar not on there? And that's why I wanted clarification, because it just didn't. To me, it doesn't make sense. They should. He's a guy that probably won't be back. He's unrestricted, so if you could get an asset for him, then so be it. I mean, I know Calgary's in a playoff spot, so you're going to need some depth there too. Let's not forget, we're talking playoffs here. Playoffs.
I think there's also, on the flip side, there's a recognition that if Wolf is not able to go, if this team makes the playoffs and they don't have Wolf, they're done anyway. So I don't know how concerned are they about the fate of their American League team. You get a second or third rounder. Hey,
they would have done it.
Sorry to the Wranglers, we're making this
100%.
deal.
I agree.
And for Vladar, he's had ups and downs. He's been a little better. Well, he's been better as of late, but he had a stretch there when he was like 4 or 5 winless starts in a row.
Yeah.
He's now got three straight.
I mean, he hasn't gotten into a groove this year. I get it, but I look at the raw ability of that goaltender. He's big. He's got a nice butterfly. I think he's a pretty good goalie.
Would you play him tomorrow?
Would I play him tomorrow?
As a last chance, because I would think Conroy's
Friday.
Thinking the exact same as us. Where if I can get a second or a third, of course I'm going to trade him. Sorry, but
that's a tall task to go into Dallas.
I know, but if you do, does another team even look at it? Is it too late? Doesn't matter.
So his NHL save percentages over the last 5 seasons: 886, 906, 895, 882, 894. No, but just because I want to
building the negative side. I know that's
okay. So tell me about the positive side. What is he?
What Noodles just said.
What Noodles just said.
This is the conversation.
You love to fight with the guests we bring on the show.
No, I want to ask him what he's
badgering the guests. Should I get my chicken fingers or not? Should I wait for you guys to argue? Here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
What is the league average in save percentage right now?
Probably 904 or something.
Yeah, I think it's lower. I think it might be.
So he's below average.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I think he's close to average. And again, there's guys in the league. I just think I thought about this the other night. There's been some really bad goaltending this year.
Philly last night. Oh my God.
Well, but you got a mutant in net. Like, it's just, okay, let's put a 6'8" guy or like whatever it is and just throw him in there. Like it's weird to watch. I watched the Toronto Maple Leafs play Pittsburgh the other day. And this Bumfield or whatever his name is, Blomqvist, like a wrist shot from the point goes in, and they're talking in Toronto, it's the greatest goal that the Leafs have scored this year. And I'm like, it was a wrist shot from the blue line. Like, I'm like, what's going on? I watched James Reimer give up a goal in overtime the other night to Mike Matheson, and it's a wrist shot that goes through him. Like, the goaltending, there's been top tier, and then there's been some really subpar performances. And believe me, I'm not sitting here on my high horse. I've been in the other side. I would be in the category that I am talking about as a goaltender. So there's people that be like, well, I understand that. What I'm doing is sitting on my couch now, or sitting on the beach, or sitting in my hotel room and watching these games and going, what is going on here? Like, goaltending, there's been the top tier, and then there's been a really big pocket of not good goaltending this year.
So you've argued to a certain extent, and I don't disagree. The goaltending, a guy signs at $5 million. Oh my God, how could they sign Joey Decourt to $5 million? He's a second-tier goaltender. You give Blake Coleman, who gets 6 goals, but it's okay for him to have. Is that why? Are the GMs worried that it's like, well, yeah, I could give him $5 million. But did you watch? Like, if I was watching the game last night, I was thinking, what, Torts has just got to be pulling his hair out. I'm like, I think I'd go to Prax and be like, or after the game and pull the goalies into my office and say, like, you realize you're in the NHL, right?
Like,
you're playing in the NHL. Like, you can.
I think there should be a rule. It's not going to happen. And believe me, I'm pro player. I want guys to sign for as much and as long term. But I look at Kevin Lankinen signs that deal in Vancouver. Like, what if Vancouver said, we're giving you 3 years? Like, would he be like, you know what I mean? Like, did it have to be 5? Like,
he didn't have a contract in September.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but that's what I'm saying. He was a walk-on.
And so this is why goalies don't get the money you want, because go look at Tristan Jarry. He has like 6 shutouts one year and he's in the American League the next. Like looks like a guy, isn't a guy.
But you're right. But then, okay, my counter to that is Erik Karlsson, as he put his gear on this year and they're paying him $11 million. And it's like, okay, yeah, he got 100 points 2 years ago. And now he needs to pay $2 to, rent a towel after the game. Like it's because he's not sweating. Like it's like, to me, I could argue and say like the Blake Coleman's who not hide. He's a very good player. I love him, but he's not front and center every game going, geez, he played great. He, tell me how he played. Like to me, that sometimes he just melts into the lineup and he makes $5 million. Whereas the goaltending position, it's so much under the limelight that it's like, okay, you just rattled off Vladar's stats. Well, keep in mind, this is a team that's in transition. It hasn't been world beater teams on the teams that he played for as well. So,
that's where he struggles, because when you measure his numbers compared to the other guy that plays in the same net with the same team, he's much worse. Yeah. Like this year, they alternated starts for the first 2.5 months.
We wouldn't trade Wolf, so you're comparing him.
What I'm saying is the environmental stuff isn't hard to figure out. There's another goalie that plays on the same team, like Markstrom last year, Wolf this year. Like he's
so if you're a top 10 NHL goaltender, so do you think that we should, if you're trading a top 10, we're talking about a second or third pick? Like, what are you talking about?
What I'm saying is, rather than look at his save percentage and just say, well, we can't really say it's a bad team from him. If you look at expected goals, he's getting crushed. And you look at goal save above expected, Wolf's been outstanding. We know Wolf's good.
You're not comparing him to Wolf.
Of course. But environmentally, we understand, like, when you cook in the environment he's in, he's not been good. He's been below average.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying the numbers don't lie. What I'm saying is I would, instead of doing the numbers on his own team, I would say do his numbers put him on another team, like there's probably a team out there that could use an upgrade, what they believe of what they've got going. And that was my point is, you're right. In his environment, he's definitely number 2. I was number 2 in the environment with Kiprusoff. There was never ever going to be a moment where I was number 1 in that scenario. Like, I'm not going to put myself, and we shouldn't put Vladar up against Wolf. There's clearly a separation.
Florida didn't get Vanacek because they're hoping he's going to take over the crease. It's in case of emergency break. Right. And that's what it would be for Vladar. That
was my point is I'm looking at, and this would never happen, but Edmonton needs a goaltender. Not to come in and play right now, even though that probably would help. It is if Stuart Skinner on Saturday tweaks his groin and he's out for 6 weeks, you've got Calvin Pickard and Olivia Rodrigo, and whatever Oliver Rodriguez or whatever his name is.
He's on today.
Rodrigue.
He is just
Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Right. So, and he might be a nice goaltender who's up and coming and had some good AHL numbers. But at the end of the day, that team has high expectations. They need a goaltender. They need to trade for somebody between now and Friday, even if it's Ville Husso, who slid through waivers and they put him in Anaheim, and now you can keep him in Bakersfield because he doesn't count against your cap. But at least he has NHL experience. Edmonton needs a goaltender. In a perfect world, maybe it would be Vladar, but it's not going to happen. Obviously, it'd have to go to.
We just need a 3-way.
You need trade him to Buffalo, and Buffalo trades him to whatever. Point being, I don't think they can afford Vladar, but Edmonton needs a goaltender. There's other teams that need depth at that position. That's why I felt that maybe Vladar. But I'm in the minority here. I've lost this argument. I feel
I used to dream on him. I loved him because he's huge and he battles hard, and you see the highlight reel saves. But I'm just waiting for 1 year where he even looks league average. And it was kind of the first year he got it. That was it. And I just see a guy that's huge. Like you talk about Ersson last night. Same story for me. He's 6'7", and he's out of position all the time making circus saves.
And you could see the net. Like with a guy 6'7", you should see no net.
Like he's 8 inches taller than his counterpart, who you never seen that behind. I've been waiting. I've quit him.
Yeah, you're just. It's funny to watch some of these guys, who are really put together in the net. Like Vasilevsky, I was looking this morning. I get the Sport Logic, right? So, and I get all the goalie stuff sent to me. He's second in goals saved above expectation this year. Logan Thompson's 1, Vasilevsky's 2. The kid who beat Edmonton last night is 3, Dostal. He's a hell of a goaltender.
He's been great.
He's been great like that. But that's where numbers you can bring in and go, Anaheim hasn't been that great of a team, but this Dostal, he's a player. And you look at it. Now, it'll be interesting to see as, we get near the deadline, what's Connie doing? What's Edmonton doing? What's Toronto? Like I think there's going to be, I keep saying this every year. I feel like all hell's going to break loose and maybe nothing's going to happen, but I don't know. Like does Edmonton or does Calgary add, or did they just kind of?
I think they're going to hold.
Be minor tweaks, if anything. Dean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think if they add, it's maybe on the back end. It's not going to be anything that
they can't pack
mortgages
it
the
in,
future.
and they can't really go for it because they're not positioned for.
They don't have any
big
use.
changers.
Yeah, aside from Vladar, who's been good now. Yeah, like they got Joel Hanley playing in their top 4. Could you upgrade on him? Probably,
yeah.
They don't want to be giving up anything significant in futures.
And is there anybody that needs to be traded? I mean, you already got rid of Kuzmenko. That deal's already been gone, right?
I think if first of all, I don't know who's calling on the guys in Calgary. Like if you watch the team, there's pieces, but it's fairly flat. Like Anderson would be appealing to a lot of teams, but are they going to let him?
They're not letting him walk. They're
in a playoff position. If Connie had a big brass set right now and wanted to dump a bunch of guys because teams were calling, I'd support him. I don't see this team. I've said it for the last week or 10 days, 2 weeks. It's great that they've competed. They can't elevate their game.
Yeah.
There's no, we're here during the regular season and we worked our ass off and now we're in the playoffs and we're going to go to the next level. This is it. It's capped out.
Okay. So I'll play the devil's advocate of that. You're going to play Winnipeg. Now, Winnipeg hasn't had a great track record the last couple of years. And, they're in a 3-game losing streak right now, having a tough time scoring. I think they're a top-tier team. I don't see a lot of weakness in them. But they're still a team that has to prove something to me and to the hockey world as to, can they push through? Can they push through their demons? All of a sudden, this Wolf kid decides nothing's going to get by him, and they start winning games 2-1 and 3-2. And, you could, pathways, what if, coulda, shoulda, all of that. It could be a nice little surprise run.
You like numbers. I'm big into science
like numbers too.
And AI, but like run an AI projection and probably you can just go to Bet365 and see the odds of it. Like
how many times have the Flames win a 7-game series?
Yeah,
probably like 25 to 30.
Right? Like
because it's a crazy sport. We saw Seattle beat Colorado a couple of years ago. We've seen wild cards beat 1 seeds. We've seen President's Trophy winners. We saw the best regular season team of our lives losing round 1 2 years ago. Yeah. Boston Bruins.
I just don't think that
crazy stuff happens.
The Flames are stacked they can't score, they can't create, and look, and it's funny. Like Wolves, the goaltending's fine, even if you think Vladar is not good. The last little bit has been fine, but if you get great goaltending, their defense aren't. It's scary. Like, and then they're going to be matching up even more in the playoffs. Yes, I've been on the runs where teams get hot and you do damage with very little, but I don't see it.
Yeah, there's not a Kipper or an Iggy.
The thing that's exciting about Wolf is that you're hoping he is your Kipper for the next,
looks to be
9 years, but you can't look at the two rosters. Like, remember last year we're talking about series. You always want to match up these lines against, like, they're just going to lose every line and every pairing when you do that with Winnipeg. Yeah, and yes, maybe Wolf's great, but you could still get swept if he's great.
I'm changing topics. They put Kachuk on IR, whatever. Yeah. Great.
LTIR.
Art for NHL. If you were a guy on Team USA, would you be pissed at him for playing? Great. Love your heart, this and that. You can't even skate. You're out and we lose. And Connor's sitting in the press box. And I'm not cheering for Team USA, but I'm like,
I'd be more pissed if they put Chris Kreider in there over him. I mean, that Kreider was public skating too. I mean, like that's the problem I had is I was like, Chris Kreider, who's not having a great season. Like if Chris Kreider was having Kyle Connor's season or his 50-goal season, you're like, okay, I can understand that. I get that they wanted more meat. like more size, right? Like, because Kreider's a big, powerful man. But I didn't understand that move. I thought about this. Like that Team USA team, they lose, and almost half that team is banged up, and they've gone back and taken the carnage back to their club team.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you know, I think Gensel scored his first game back, and you know, there was some guys, but like outside of that, like there is a massive hangover for a lot of those guys that have played in that tournament.
McAvoy got hurt. Fox is out. Brady and Matthew.
If you're the GM, and you should be, why aren't you telling McDavid and Gensel and whoever the hell else that just played on, what was it, a Thursday night? Sorry, you're not playing Saturday.
Yeah, it was
stupid.
Well, Edmonton, they win. So Canada wins Thursday night. It's probably beers and karaoke till 5 o'clock in the morning. He's on a private bird to Philly. He's playing at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
What are you doing?
They play Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, if I'm correct. 3 and 4 coming up.
I wonder if LeBron James would do that.
Oh, well, no, he's
load management.
There's a guy there. Like basketball has guys with nicknames called street clothes. You know, Anthony Davis, like Charles Barkley calls him street clothes. That could be the biggest indictment of a nickname ever. Like,
and he makes triple what anyone in the league in the NHL makes.
Yeah.
Go
get
insanity.
It.
No, but that's bad management, is it not?
You know what? It's two things. I get it's TV contracts and all that they want the Thursday night. That's league scheduling. Like, how do you have a final game on a Thursday and a game on Saturday? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That they should have had it the Wednesday. They had the 2 days off in between. They should have had it the Wednesday, and everybody should have had a mandatory like travel day and then another practice day and all that. You're expecting. Listen, I think it was an absolute slam dunk.
Yeah,
I was on this show bad mouthing it for months, and then I was wrong. I get it, but now what you're seeing is carnage coming back into the league because 97 hasn't looked the same. I thought he was the only guy who actually pitched a drop for Edmonton last night, and then Edmonton went to sleep after the first 10 minutes. But if you look at the guys who have come back, none of them have hit the ground running. Mitch Marner hasn't been brilliant. Austin Matthews hasn't. I'm just looking at Canadian top talent, right? This Elias Pettersson, I don't know what's going on there. Like I saw that stat where JT Miller has, what is it? He has more points than Pettersson has shots on goal.
He hasn't hit 2 shots in a game since January,
which is insane. So I look at this tournament was great, but there's been no cooling off period for these guys and the drop off. I think Jordan Binnington won his first game back and was really good. Outside of that, I'm trying to remember a guy who was great in that tournament and has hit the ground right back into the NHL, just dominating.
It's the bottom half guys like Harley and Hagel have played well, I thought. But yeah, like the big guys have struggled. Like, and to Rhett's point, if you're the Oilers, you're playing a 3 and 4 coming out of that, give Connor 2. Like, why are you even putting him in? Like, I wonder if your schedule be damned. Like, what do they what's really going to get figured out for the Oilers in the end of February and March?
Nothing.
It's the spring that matters.
That's why they're playing like that. They look like right now their attitude, that team mirrors Evan Bouchard's like attitude. They just kind of float around out there and whatever. Like, and to me, they will have a level where they'll turn it up where they were like that before. I was joking that they were playing unbelievable and they looked unstoppable. And then John Klingberg, they put him in the lineup and it's almost like
they've been the worst team in the league since they got him.
Honest to God, like it's insanity. Not, you can't blame it on him, but there is something weird about like that addition because he looks like a contest winner right now. So
why would you think he wouldn't look like that? He looked like that in Toronto. He looked like that in Anaheim. Like, it's 3 years of this thing not being able to defend.
It was a low value move, and at some point they can flush him. But like, I think they're trying to give him as much ice time as much to get him up to speed. But it's like, at what cost? Because he's jamming up his partner. He's jamming up a lot of things, right? So I don't know. They've got a lot of I think the league needs to be sorted out, and it has been a weird time coming out of this Four Nations. But you look at Calgary, They're right there, and they needed that win last night, regardless of how it unfolded. With the goalies playing dodgeball, all of that type of stuff. It was just at the end, you got the win, you got the 2, and you're moving on to Dallas.
Do we got to let him go?
He is well rested. Are you burning your pizza and chicken fingers? Your phalanges?
I'm very concerned about it. There's no
Let's take a look right now.
It's fine. I mean, honestly, you look over there.
No smoke.
It's a good sign.
Let's go. No other show is giving you this coverage, folks. The Jamie McLennan Kitchen Show.
Jeez.
Some nice parchment paper down there protecting the baking sheet. I like that.
You have to have the parchment paper for sure.
Yeah, you got to have the parchment paper.
Yeah, the parchment paper is a key.
Now, do you wear an apron? Do you tuck a napkin in? How do you?
They wear no tarp, but that's that's just me. No.
Inevitably, you're going to spill.
I'm dressed up because I got to go to the studio today. But I'll be wearing a t-shirt and a hat, and my hair's on sideways. But it's we're in good shape here today. So
you guys have some sort of a chimp or a live animal to do picks?
The emu, or what was it? Wasn't Gino Retta was chasing emus around one year or something like that in the parking lot?
That chimpanzee went on a heater for a few years. I made a bit of money. He was, but he lost the touch. I don't know. He got cocky.
If I walk into the studio and there's a chimpanzee there, I'm just walking right out. Like I can't do it. Like I can't.
I'm done.
Because animals hate me. They'll attack my face like that. Like animals don't like my face. That chimpanzee or whatever would go right for me. Like he.
How was the coconut? The $30.
Yeah, $30 US. Keep in mind. US.
Yeah.
So that's 40 Canadian or more, or whatever it is.
Booze, isn't it? I didn't realize there's booze in it. I was losing my mind. Now it makes a little more sense.
Well, the guy tried. What concerns me is the guy's like, yeah, I'll put some fresh ice in there. And I'm like, here comes the hand. The hand, he scoops it out and throws it in. And then out of like some cooler, like you don't know where that ice is made.
It's little jerk. You got Hep C or something.
Did he strain it through an old sock? That's his filter. I don't know. It's just concerning. Like I that's why I was like, all right, so be it. If I'm there, it's a beautiful picture.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah.
The booze will help that. That'll kill all the bacteria in that ice.
I know, but I don't know. It was fine. The trip was good. We enjoyed ourselves. It's a good reset, and everyone else has spring break coming up. I got to work right through and call games and stuff. So it was good to sneak away.
How was the casino? How was the water slide?
The water slide, I went down it's called a lazy river.
Yeah.
I almost drowned. Like I don't swim very well.
It's a crazy lazy river there, right?
Crazy river.
But it's about 3 feet, 4 feet deep. I was on with my son and I got flipped over and then I panicked a little bit. And so it wasn't good. He had to save me. My 7-year-old had to drag me out to give me the fireman's carry. Yeah. And no water slides for me. My daughter went on. I just watched and took pictures and, I watched 3 games on the Saturday. Everyone else was by the beach. I'm like, watch a few games.
Just like Rhett, hey? Just like Rhett.
Yeah. It was an afternoon game on. And what am I going to do on a beach? Nothing. Like you're just sitting there. Like I'm a busy guy.
Yeah.
Give us one crazy trade you want to see or an incredible proclamation for Friday's deadline at 1 p.m. Mountain.
Okay. So I thought Edmonton could trade for Trouba and get Anaheim to eat half his salary. And then you throw in Billy Husso, Inspector Clouseau, as a goaltender for the Miners. And they could just move him right to Bakersfield because they don't have the cap space. And then you could continue to add on somebody up front. I thought the Frederick deal was fantastic because they got him for nothing, really. It was picks and prospect. The LaChance kid wasn't going to sign there. I played with Scott LaChance. His son was, so LC, his son was, he's the head scout of New Jersey and magically his son ends up in New Jersey. So trades, crazy one. If Calgary traded Kadri, that would be a crazy one for me. Because he has full control, all of that. But I guarantee you that to me there would be teams that would be calling on Kadri. Everyone's talking about adding depth to their either second or third line center. But I just don't know if you could get it done, or if, you know, if Connie could get it done, or if it's a right fit for any team. But I think there would be teams that would look for that type of dynamic. Those are crazy trades for me. That would be, you know, and maybe another one would be Pettersson. Anywhere Pettersson would go. Jeez. But that one would be.
I'm Vancouver. I'm moving heaven and earth to get him the hell out of here.
But
it's so low, though. It's so
11-6, and you know, I call those Ottawa games. There's always rumblings. Okay, would you trade player X, Batherson, Norris, you name it, for Pettersson? I don't know, man. Like I
compete.
I think Pettersson's a hell of a player who just has lost his way. I hope he can find it because the league's better for it. But that Vancouver team has looked so different. They've had so much turnover. If you looked at Hockey DB from their team, the start of last season to like now, you don't even recognize it.
Even the playoff team that almost beat Edmonton.
Yeah, just you don't recognize it. So crazy.
Pizza's getting cold.
Pizza's getting cold. Your batteries are recharged, though. Unbelievable performance today.
All right. Good stuff, guys. We'll chat soon.
Bye, Nudes.
Take care.
There he is. Jamie McLennan on the Insider Hotline presentation of Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating. 23 years of experience and going strong. Just make sure, I mean, the warmer temps and all that. Oh, you're out of the woods? You're never out of the woods. Let Crystal Waters come in and just assess just the heartbeat of your home. Make sure that you're set. Solutions for all budgets, including financing, affordable payment plans, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. 403-219-4100 or online at crystalclearcalgary.com.
Both those deals, he said, are fascinating topics. Like, I think the Kadri one, he's played well enough to do it, but I think he's alluding to how complicated it would be. You'd need to get a center back, or it'd feel like you'd be punting on the group that's in a playoff spot. And the Edmonton one makes total sense. Trouba on the right side of the second pair rather than the Josh Browns, Travis Durbitz, Ty Emberson, Troy Stetcher, Kulak, Klimbergs of the world. Like, that's a huge upgrade.
He's got that no move, though.
Yeah. He had to waive it to go to Anaheim.
Can I ask a question? Because I don't disagree, and I don't. I'm just kind of throwing it out there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to pull the rug out from under a team that's in a playoff spot.
Totally.
How much of what we're seeing with the Flames right now, because we see it every day, we talk about how they can't score and there's no forward depth, and it's how much of this is they're getting really good goaltending from Wolf, and the other teams around them are no friggin' good either. If any of St. Louis, Vancouver, Utah, if they were 8, 9, any good, you wouldn't be in a playoff spot. I guess my point is this the Flames nutting up and showing that they're a playoff team, or is this just kind of they're mid and happen to be in a spot today?
It's totally the latter. We used to say 95 points was the cutoff for the playoffs. Like, nope, not this year in the West. And I'll go look at the East, but I think it's a higher threshold already right now.
Because the reason I say that is if you make a Kadri trade, it's a blow to the room. But are you going in there and saying, you guys have been playing unbelievable? It's been heart and soul stuff all season. I hate to do this to you, but we're trading Kadri. Or do you look at it and say, well, we are what we are. There's going to be changes.
I think it would all depend on the return. Like, if you could somehow do
assuming you get the return you like.
Well, of course, but I just mean, like, if you're going to sell it in the room, picks aren't going to do it and prospects aren't going to do it. If you got Casey Middlestat back and you sent Kadri back to Colorado where he won a cup and you're going center for center, you're like, holy shit, this is a good young player. He also plays center. We got another guy that isn't in his 30s, that is in his mid-20s, we're expecting to get better year over year. That's a move you can sell. But if it's Kadri for like a second and the rights to some college kid, I think that's deflating to the room.
But to double back, I agree.
Yeah.
But has the team earned?
They played their ass.
It doesn't matter what and I'm being serious.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what our analysis of it is, because the guys in the room believe they have.
Yes.
They are in a position. There's no other measurement. Yeah. This is the only way you can do it. You have to play the games, and you're in the league you're in. And whether Vancouver sucks or not is irrelevant.
I don't think the guys in the room are saying, man, that was a great win. But you know what? Vancouver's really giving it to us, so we probably don't deserve as much credit. No, they're like, we're in this. Everyone said we can do it. We're doing it. And yeah, the circumstances have totally played out in their favor with Vancouver falling to shit and the other teams not being good.
But that's what I said to Noodles about if he had brass balls and you wanted to, now would be,
because we've sat here for a long time saying, man, if you could ever get out from under a Kadri contract, how can you trade him? He's untradeable.
Yeah.
Well, you're finally at a spot where, yeah, you're not having to pay for someone to take him. You might get an attractive return.
I would move.
If you can get an attractive return, it's honestly, you have to do it.
Doesn't this feel like
yes.
Giordano 2.0 in a way?
He will turn 35 in October.
Yeah, there's no guarantees
Like
even a
this-
year
this-
from now that he's close.
If
to
you're like, no, we can just punt. It's like, well, with Rasmus, you can punt. There's a year left. He's not in his mid-30s. At some point, Nazem Kadri will stop being good at hockey, and it's not going to be his fault. It's father time. He's going to be 35 in October. You're beholden to get that done if you can get significant assets back. Now, we asked earlier in the year when we were talking about Vancouver, some other spots, like who's doing who the favor with Kadri.
Mm-hmm.
And so, our opinions of guys waver, just like Vladar. I've loved them at times. You're like, they're getting nothing for this guy. He's no good. He's played well right now. You feel differently. Kadri's had the type of season where I think you probably could get assets back from him.
And as we have the the bigger conversation about how do you get good? How do they get better? How do you
not by playing a 36, 37-year-old centerman.
This is the move too. Yeah, this is the move you have to make. It's hard. It's tough in the room. It's this whole thing. But if there's a deal that he agrees to with the no move and makes sense for your team,
yeah,
and you're not going to do it because you have a 2 point,
yeah.
you're 2 points in on March 5th.
And that's why I think a deal like Middlestat's one you can sell, because you're like, look, we're not giving up. We're getting a younger guy here, and he's good at hockey too. But we don't know the offers. And I do think it's a unique circumstance where a team's going to look at that contract and be like, yes. Because it has to be a window that's closing for a team, because they know what we know, which is that Father Time's undefeated.
Teams up there, which teams?
Well, like who's got to win now before it's too late? That needs
Colorado, Toronto.
Yeah, those two. And again, he's won Colorado. He knows the room. They don't seem to be happy with Middlestat, so they can feel like they're upgrading their 2C, which is a glaring need for them. If Toronto can slot Tavares as a 3C, they're in great shape.
What's the center depth like in Vegas?
They got Barbashev. They got Eichel.
Right? Like if
William Karlsson's about to come back.
You feel like Kadri for a playoff run is a nice asset if you think you can win.
Agreed. It's no one's worried about the player now. It's just how much is that contract going to hurt us? So even if you had to eat $2 million, it's a long time you're going to have to eat $2 million. But when Nazem's $5 million in a growing cap universe, I think you get a haul back.
Yeah.
And it just feels like don't
what
be
about
fooled.
Vancouver?
There's 4 years left.
Yeah,
4 years left. 4. 35, 36, 37, 38. That's wild.
He'd love to go back to Toronto.
Out east.
He'd love to go back to Colorado.
Who are the teams out east that might be interested in?
I'm trying to think who needs a center. It's good and has to win now.
Does Columbus?
I think they're so young they'd be weary about the term on it more than other teams would be, because their window seems to be just opening.
Like you said, if you 8-2 and he's
is it not too simple to just point at Toronto? Because you have Treliving there. You feel like he would waive to go back there. They are leading their division. Their goaltending is probably better than it's been
they want center depth
in a long time.
The two teams that make the most sense at first glance are the two teams you used to play for, and that's Toronto and Colorado.
You probably don't have to worry about getting past Boston this year. You don't have to slay that dragon.
No, you get the Panthers with Seth Jones and a healthy Matthew Tkachuk and a red-hot Tampa Lightning team and maybe a Battle of Ontario. That's going to be fun out there.
But if you can finish first in your division and you get a Detroit or the Rangers or the Blue Jackets or Ottawa, you feel good there. And then, you're going to have to beat some good teams. I wonder where Treliving's head is at. He's been there a couple years now.
2, yeah.
Marner, expiring contract.
Tavares.
He's aggressive to begin with, and I think they see an opportunity because it's kind of wide open in the East. I think people are writing off Florida a little too easily, given that they know exactly how they have to play to win.
It's just hard to keep doing it.
It really is, but I feel like people saying there's no true favorite out there. It's like, well, people are going to have to go through Florida still, and they just added Seth Jones, who will be re-energized.
Well, what's Tampa Bay doing?
They're on a heater. They've been great. Yeah. But I think Treliving's not worried about, well, what's Easton Cowan going to mean for me in 4 years? You got to trade that guy, get some assets, or whether it's Fraser Minton, their first rounder next year, whatever it is.
Is it the forward group that Tree's looking at so much, or do you know what I mean? Like,
so they've had Dallas injury to Tanev. OEL's been hurt and just came back. Those are guys that you'd like insurance for. They'll probably try to get another D, but they want another center because they just slot way better when they can go Matthews, a guy, Tavares, 1, 2, 3, because they've got that way you spread out your wingers. You got your Nylanders and Marners and Nyes and Domi, Robertson. Like you can just spread them down instead of having one of these tweeners play center like Nylander or Domi that they're better on the wing.
Yeah, and Domi has not had a good year.
No, but I don't worry about him in a playoff series if he's on a third line. Yeah.
If you can go Matthews, Kadri, Tavares, you're probably feeling pretty good about yourself. And then to your point on the back end, OEL, Morgan Riley.
Because Riley's not what he was. He's still good.
Yeah, he's had a tough year, but if you can put him with a big, strong defender type, they've been linked to Ristolainen.
That decor's shit. Name the names. Jack, tell me the people that play defense.
You don't need to do. He's busy.
But I'm actually
okay. So
and I don't care if it's Jack.
Tanev, OEL, Riley. They have the
Tanev's
Benoit kid. Well, he'll be back soon.
Yeah.
And then who am I missing? Timmins.
Yeah, Connor Timmins, Jake McCabe.
McCabe is playing big minutes.
But that's my point.
There isn't a star in there, but it's actually a better decor than they've run into the playoffs the last 3-4 years. They've been really
not elite though.
No, it sure isn't. But it's big and physical. It's much more of a true living blue line than it's a playoff blue line.
So you're comfortable with that?
No, I just said they're going to add.
Yeah, but you're saying
I don't
again
think
both sides. You're saying it's good, but
you could do both though, right?
It's not a huge problem, but I think they'll try to add a depth guy. That's what I'm saying.
What are they more likely to lose? Because their D can't keep up in their goaltending, or because their forwards stop scoring?
It's been a bit of both. All their playoff exits, to be fair.
I know I know what you're saying, but could you envision a spot where you get Kadri, but then you do one of those Treliving? We'll bring in Derek Forbort, or we'll bring in a guy who's a 4 or 5.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Tanev comes back.
No, I want a bigger trade. Kadri Anderson.
I see.
I see where you're working.
There it is.
But yeah, I think in a perfect world, they had D and forward. The two goalies they had are both wild cards. They've been great.
We got it both right here, right in the hometown.
Yeah. And, clearly the Flames want to do business with Treliving, so that'll be really easy to get done.
Well, if pettiness is causing
if that's going to keep you from making a trade for your team that makes a lot of sense, then
I just think about what, Nazem's the first year was so bad with Sutter and you're worried a lot. And then the last 2 years he's competed his ass off. I've been quite impressed. He's won me over in the work ethic department. If you were a young kid watching him play, you're like, okay, he shows up every night and he works hard. He is not taking nights off. No. And year one, I was worried about nights off because we saw a few in a playoff stretch under Sutter, but it was clear he and the coach were on the same page. So I think you're excited that he's looked like the guy you signed.
Treliving brought him here.
But there's 4 years left.
Oh, I know.
And so what does he look like when he's 36? What does he look like when he's 37? What does he look like when he's 38?
Where is an easier place to get him to have a bad back? Here or
Toronto, rub it to Island.
Right? He's from this.
Oh, yeah.
You're back at. Look at you. You're all you got a little hitch in your hip out of place.
Got there.
Let's sit you down for a bit. Put you on LTIR.
Somebody needs a back rub. You need some need a massage there. It does. It we don't know what the offers are. We don't know if he'd waive. We don't know if teams want him, but it does feel like this could be one of those things down the road. It's like, man, you had a chance to move Kadri back at that deadline potentially, and you didn't do it.
Yeah, when you write that book, Conroy, just remember.
That's right. We were telling you. We were telling you all about it. Hey, Richmond's Pub just down the road.
Oh, there's some big dates coming up at Richmond's.
In the heart of Glamorgan, 3919 Richmond Road. Sports live here. St. Patrick's Day weekend. Next weekend.
Yeah.
So this is your training weekend.
They've got you'll like this, and I feel like it because we need to talk about the 999 coming up. But still, this is their Guinness countdown. So Monday is St. Patrick's Day. They're rolling things back to the Friday. Friday, $9 Guinness.
Okay.
Saturday, $8. Sunday, $7.
Noticing a trend?
Monday, $6 Guineas. On Saturday night, the Celtic band Glasgow Kiss will be performing from 8 till midnight. Real kind of Celtic-y, you know that
Celtic music.
You know what that's what it sounds like. Yeah. No cover charge.
Glasgow
Kiss.
Oh, baby.
Live. And then get ready. March Madness is coming.
Oh,
All those TVs in there.
Shoot.
March Madness. We are going to be there on the night of March 29th for a Battle of Alberta.
Last one of the year, and the first one not on a Sunday. Schedule making jerk.
Hanging out, eating, having beverages, enjoying each other's company.
You know,
clarity on the trades.
We'll have all of it figured out for you by then. Yeah.
what number's Byram going to wear? Have we figured that out?
Will he just take Rasmus's number? Just because he'll be.
Is that awkward or is that normal?
To give that time.
How
I'm
long
not
did they
sure.
give away your number? Next year or like a decade?
Yeah,
Pretty
well,
quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
David
Either way, there's always something happening at Richmond's Pub. Great pizza, great food. Today's Wednesday. It's Mexi Mania. $3 tacos.
Hill. Like that.
Get some in you. Sports live here. Richmond's Pub, 3919 Richmond Road. I'm craving pizza. We talked about it already today.
yeah, it's in your.
Hungry. And Noodles is cooking. That doesn't help.
No, that's
How about Noodles today?
Awesome.
He's so happy not to be on a beach.
I think he's he probably got a lot of sleep there, but he's definitely excited to get back to work and he's well rested.
I got my shirt pressed. I'm heading into work to talk about hockey. No more lazy rivers. No more coconuts.
What Rhett was craving is what he despises.
Yeah.
Like, before the show, Rhett's
Oh.
like, I just want some cold beers by the ocean, sea breeze, palm trees swaying,
Yeah.
live music. And Noodles like, get me out of here. I can't wait for Senators Blue Jackets on a Tuesday.
Do we have any of the goals from last night, Jack? We don't necessarily need to. I'd like to see the I guess it was the first Flyer goal where Tyson Forster is coming up the ice, and I need the Warner whiteboard
Oh boy.
on this one.
We're critiquing a win here.
No, and I feel bad. It feels like we're picking on Rasmus every single day, but
Yeah,
what's
why
going
are
on?
we-
Hurting the valley.
But there's
there.
Rasmus at the left of your screen. Now it's 3-0. He seems to be, he's in good position. He's got his D partner right there. We can play it now.
I would think though, Pinder's right that he was. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well, you picked the wrong side. If you're going to jump it, you got to jump the inside, obviously.
You know what though, and I'm going
Just
to
pivoted
as
there.
a generality,
Mhm.
defensemen are stupid, and they're not taught to play the body anymore. And all play the man.
Yeah.
Quit thinking puck, 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 puck. Oh my god! Go watch some other goals in this game.
Well, I was going to
with
say, then there's the
defensively.
Sharangovich goal where
Why are you
the-
shit talking the Flames like the Flyers?
I'm talking about the Flyers D. Then there is the
Okay.
Sharangovich goal
Here we go.
where the Flyers goal, because the first one's a tip and it's all right.
I'm
Well,
on a tip.
there were a few good goals last night,
Let's
not
see
many,
let's see the second series.
but it was the second Zeri goal.
3-0.
Irons in the, what the hell was he called? You're testing case. You're putting the
toothpick.
toothpick in the
No.
cake to see if it's done.
I give Zeri all kinds of credit on this because I don't think he does that unless he sees Erison leaning. But what is Erison leaning for? Look at all the orange shirts in front of him. What are you worried about that you're leaning? Everyone's covered.
And caught, I mean,
Sorry, excuse me. That is
sorry, I know you just took it because they give the shot of Torts.
He's
Because that's just what goes through your head. It's like Torts is going to lose his mind, and he's just going to. Yeah, I can't give you shit.
Kick you in
Can't
the
say
spine on
anything.
the bench. And are they going to make a? Oh, yep, they are. He's got the equipment on. Torts is by the time the camera's on him, he's already made the call because the camera's on him the whole time, and getting the gear on is Fedotov.
I'm trying to remember if it was who the hell it was, but it was a story with Keenan when he was coaching. I don't know if it was the Flames, and I apologize because it just popped into my head because I was thinking it there because they make the goalie change. It might have been Cron or somebody. Sitting there and a bad goal goes in, a bad goal goes in, and he's kind of looking out of the side of his eyes like, is Keenan going to make the pull here? And Mike kind of looks down. Would you like to go in the game now? He's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know. Get in the fucking net.
No. Jeez. Keenan.
Would you like to go into the game now?
Some rookie trying not to shoot himself. Wouldn't have been
Yeah.
Cron because his 20 minutes were in Dallas.
Yeah,
not
but I'm
Calgary.
not sure who it would have been. So anyway,
Anyways,
that was last night. 6-3. Flames win.
They scored 4 in one period. Never mind
Yeah.
a game.
Yeah.
Holy.
Kuzmenko anytime goal cashes.
Bang. Ching.
Shocker.
Did we like that goal?
No, I didn't think Wolf.
He can shoot it, but you're used to him making that save all the time.
Yeah. The Sharangovich goal wasn't great. The Uyghur looked like it went off a body. It's a power play goal. Mishkov, I still don't know what happened. It's on the wall. Kuzmenko kind of touches it, and then Mishkov comes straight across, and it's kind of bouncing, and then it's over. And interesting night.
Who'd you start tomorrow?
I would start Vladar.
It's the last game, just for context, last game before the trade deadline, and thus far on the road trip, they've kind of alternated. It's been 3 Wolves, 2 Vladars. It would be 50-50 if you started Vladar in Dallas.
What'd you see at a Wolf last night that made you go, God, I got to get him in?
Well, it was 3-0, and then, like, you're going to win that game.
3 went in. I go Vladar. Vladar's been fine.
He's earned it. He was absolutely awesome against Washington. He was off his rocker to keep them in that game in Florida.
The other thing is
Carolina.
they've got a kind of a shitty turnaround here. You play Dallas, and then you've got Montreal.
They play
Saturday.
every other day.
It's every other day. So
I looked at their schedule. I'll give you the quick and dirty here.
Day.
21 games remaining. They've got 2 back-to-backs left, 16 against the West, 5 against the East, 12 playoff teams, 9 non-playoff teams, 2 against the Avs,
9,
2 against the Golden Knights, 2 against Dallas, and their only weak teams they get twice would be San Jose and Anaheim, who I'm not really comfortable saying is weak right now. They're rolling.
Yeah, it's
11 on the road, 10 at home.
This is the end of the good, and they've been out all year. Just play. So to say they're weak, sure, yeah, they're not making the playoffs, but they also just play. They're
dangerous teams this time of year.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, and Anaheim's looked really good for a while here, and the Sharks, they're getting better.
Maybe you don't play Vladar because you need to keep him healthy. Because they had talked about Vanacek is being held out of the lineup because there's possibly a trade coming, and then look at that, he got down.
And they have Askarov and Georgiev there. Like, do we need to? What?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not really sure. Tim Hortons, your favorite contest is back. My kid was so pumped yesterday. Donut,
yes.
He's like, yes. I'm like, what's happened? Donut. Happy for you, son. Let's roll up to win. It's back at Tim Hortons. That means you could win millions of amazing prizes with the swipe of your thumb. Just imagine turning your routine Tim's run into an unforgettable vacation with Sell-Off Vacations, a 1,000 Rocket 10 cash prize, an all-new, all-electric 2025 Volkswagen ID Buzz. Even the simple joy of just getting a free coffee or donut can make anyone's day, as evidenced by my kid. But you only have until March 23rd, so open up your Tim's app and get rolling. This is our game, Canada. Don't let this chance at winning millions of amazing prizes pass you by. Play roll up to win on the Tim's app now. Rules apply. Canada only. No purchase necessary. Visit the Tim's app for details. Roll it up.
What's your coffee order there?
Right here?
You 2 cream?
1.5.
You can do halves.
1.5.
Wow. 1.5 cream. What's your order? Black. Are you the regular or the dark roast?
I switch it up.
Yeah. I'm a dark roast black.
Yeah. Jack?
Double.
Yeah.
Dub. 2 creme.
2 creme, 2 sugar.
We always knew you were the sweet one, Jack.
Thanks, buddy.
How many people do you think? Because I'm an analyzer. I kind of,
You're an analyst, eh?
Yeah. I see there's a lot of people either having iced coffee or their iced caps all the time. Cold snap. Whatever.
Really,
minus 30.
Iced cap. It's delicious.
Ice cap.
Because I do enjoy the iced beverages, but when it's like above 20.
Yeah.
Shoveler always has to have one with a hangover.
So what, 2-3 a week?
Yeah.
I was going to say, so
that's going to be expensive.
Tuesday through Sunday?
Never Mondays, but
yeah, the ice caps are great. Are some people, that's their coffee? They're having the ice cap?
For sure.
It was.
So it sounds like you're judging them.
I just didn't think it was a thing. I just thought hot coffee. It's Canada. It's February. Hot coffee. But for a stretch of time, it's the cold.
And you said
it's not a critique. It's an observation. I'm just wondering.
You pressed the gas and ran your vehicle.
That's right.
How dare you?
You're an idiot.
What are you thinking? Here's a blast from the past. Kevin Quinn, remember?
Yes. The old Oilers broadcaster.
He was the play-by-play guy on Sportsnet for a long time for Oilers hockey.
Yeah.
He would brew a pot of coffee the night before, fridge, so that he'd have cold coffee. He didn't like hot coffee, but enjoyed coffee in the morning.
I'll do that in the summer.
So he'll have the
I got a cold coffee.
cold brew. How does that work?
I don't know. I think it's a scam.
Nice.
It's just colder water.
Now, have you had the
Just heat
nitro?
up.
The nitro's
I've had the nitro a couple
crazy.
times.
Ooh, I
It's
like that creamy.
very creamy. Yeah, very creamy.
It's like Guinness, but
Yeah.
less booze.
Thanks, Tim Hortons. Whether people want, if you want it hot, you want an ice cap, you
They
want
do
cold.
both.
Don't order an iced in front of Dean.
We might judge you, but they
he's-
won't
If
judge you.
he's not,
They won't judge you.
Not judging, guys. Wasn't judging.
just observing.
Just
Analyze.
kinda
You're
surprised-
an analyst.
interesting.
That's what you said.
It's
Analyze.
very interesting. Very interesting.
It is. I'm with you. It's unusual. Like, oh, I'm going to a rink and it's minus 30. Got to get me an ice one.
I gotta get.
Extra ice, please.
Yeah. It's time for the Pinder Report. Time for the Pinder Report. Village Honda, the $1 million buy-in event is back.
It's back.
Village Honda wants to buy your pre-owned vehicle, even if you don't buy theirs. Looking to sell, have a lease to return to another dealership, planning to trade in a vehicle elsewhere? Let Village Honda appraise your vehicle first. Complimentary appraisals, payment within 24 hours, competitive trade buy-in values. It's easy and stress-free. They do all the work for you. You can begin the appraisal process online at villagehonda.com. Who presents the Pinder Report.
Day after a game, fellas, let's go to FlamesNation.ca and see what those writers are writing about, Red.
Still writing.
What do you notice about the writers?
Mm,
They sure write a lot.
They write a lot.
every day.
Flames get offensive surge in handy defeat of Flyers, pardon me. Flames offense soars against Flyers. Lots there. Also in the notebook, if you want a little more on the Trent Frederick deal to Edmonton from Boston, and some weird trade deadline history in there as well. I did sniff around on the old Trent Frederick. I said, what did you think of the cost paid? And they said, well, it's one person. Because he was not healthy, I think they got a deal on what he would have gone for if
I
he
see.
could have played, which would have had more teams that need him now in the lineup bidding for his services. So hate to see it. Good move by the Oilers.
Well, I was going to
potentially.
say, they'd hate for it to not work out.
6 goals. Jeez. You guys want to spread that out a little? Like 6 goals?
When's the last time that happened?
They did it the first and second games of the year, and I'm not sure any others. Maybe one. Look, one was an empty netter, but still, that's like a week's worth of goals, Jack. In fact, they only scored 1 the 3 games prior. as
Well, yeah, 4 in a week and then 4 in the first period. That's crazy. Said what the H?
With the
That's what I
H.
said.
Now, have you seen, TikTok's a little bit of a younger social media app. It's not for, like Facebook's for seniors. It feels like you and I are, Twitter a lot, Instagram for maybe something in between. And then the youngins, the youths, the youngs are all on the TikTok. So the Calgary Flames TikTok account is not nearly as buttoned up as their other social media. After every win, they send out a very unusual video with 1 million memes rammed in it. This is literally what the NHL Flames account sent out after last night's win.
Yo, bro, come over here.
1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, buckle some more. 5, 6.
A lot there. It's like 1 million memes in 10 seconds. Is that even 10 seconds? Jackie, you're a young.
Yo, bro, come over here.
1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, buckle some more. 5, 6.
I'm enjoying the 1-on-1 shot.
Trying to figure out what the hell.
What just happened? Am I taking acid right now? Am I on crazy pill?
I'm tripping.
Hey, it's good work.
It is good work.
They're putting in some creativity. I
That's
like
good
it.
work.
They're trying.
That's what the youth
They could
want.
just
We have a youth in the room.
No,
Jack.
no. See, here's the problem. Now I have to interrupt the Pinder Report to
Every
set
day
people
now.
straight here. I don't give a shit what the youth want. They don't get to decide. They're idiots.
But they might be watching the show, in which case we got something for the youth.
Holy.
Jack, did you like?
don't know what we're
The kids
yelling
in the
about.
team come to figure anything out. God, wonder why things are going to hell in a hand. What's the word?
Basket.
Basket. Bag?
Loud noises.
Hand basket.
Make sure the youth are entertained. Yeah, because they're paying the bills. Holy.
Jack, were you entertained?
Ryan, I'm an idiot. Back to you.
Thanks, Dean. Thanks, Jack.
So why don't we come on here and do that? 1, 2, back over. Be better.
You didn't like it.
I thought it was.
Do you think there's a situation that exists where kids that enjoy that watch this show and be like, oh, I can smell the mothballs.
Yes,
I don't
here.
want to
100%.
You know what those kids are doing?
What is that?
Nothing.
Oh,
We're watching Flames TikTok victories.
Yeah. Burning their eyeballs out.
Good.
what was your favorite part? The dog?
The dog. Love the dog. And also at the end, they had the frost with the snowman and the
Come over here. Come over here.
That was fast. I
1,
was
2,
maybe I'd already-
buckle my shoe.
It's fun,
3,
right?
4, buckle some more. 5, 6.
Oh, boy. Oh, that dog is having a great day. God, does he look. That dog
So
is
Frost-
so comfy.
It's a
Frost
snowman
bee.
with Frost's head on it, and then there's a bee with Joel Fair.
And they're frost bees, what they were
Right.
called in Philly, as the youth would know.
And was the bee bleeding, or was there something?
Scarf on the frost?
Is that what it was? Maybe.
Why is
It's
Kermit?
It's important to analyze. Well, he's
Yes,
Oh,
it's a scarf on frost bee.
that's what it was. Frost.
Frost bee. Frost bee?
I don't know what that is.
GTA was that? Dustin Wolf, boys, has been very good. Last night was probably not his best game of the year, but a reminder that he is an elite netminder in his rookie season. Ryan Pike lays it out nicely through 60 games. Kind of second place in 5-on-5 save percentage. They are dead last in shooting percentage at even strength. They are in a playoff spot. Thank you, Dustin Wolf. Of the 44 goalies who played over 1,000 even strength minutes, Wolf is second in save percentage, only to the presumptive Vezina winner, Connor Hellebuck. Have a year. That is literally the Calder campaign right there. If you're asking why Wolf should win the Calder, well, he stops more pucks at even strength than everyone not named Hellebuck.
Like it's written here.
Sorry, I tried to lay it out for you.
Of the 44 goalies, 1,005. Second in.
He's the second best goalie at even strength.
Because there's
That's all
some
that
goalies
means.
that'll have really good numbers, but you know what? They came in and played like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
In the third period, or whatever.
But why is
So you want the body of work to be big enough to say, well, okay, you've
Sample.
played enough minutes.
What if they have
And you still have-
900 and that's didn't make it?
How
Well,
many
this would
games
be
did
more and
Matt
more
Higgins
is
be?
better.
Big
Okay.
sample.
Yep.
It's good. He's very good.
32nd in 5-on-5 shooting percentage.
Now, does that check out when you talk about how tough it is for them to score goals? Would you believe they're last in the league in shooting percentage at even strength?
Yeah, but have they played the same amount of minutes?
It's a shooting percentage, so it's a rate. It's not a counting stat. Their rate is the lowest.
It's an incredible rate, Harry.
Incredible rate. Incredibly low.
And
Quit interrupting the
32nd.
show, Pike. Get these Pike bombs
All right,
out
no
of
more
here.
Pike bombs.
Jesus.
Let's go to the
Keep up.
standings. We know more about standings than advanced stats. Let's go there. In a playoff spot, 2 points up on Vancouver. Canucks hold a game in hand. They'll play it tonight against the suddenly intriguing Ducks. Quack. And hey, here's the thing. Playoffs started tonight. Flames are in, baby. Let's look.
Yep.
Noodles alluded to
I
it.
love the what if game.
It would be the Jets and Flames, the Stars and Wild,
Oh,
I thought Ryan didn't like the what if game.
the Golden Knights, and
church thing.
Yeah.
I do have a little bone to pick with this in a moment.
Oh,
I'll get to
okay. There we go.
Oilers Kings again, 4th year in a row. That would be something. How about the Golden Knights and the Avalanche round one? Yeesh.
Banger.
Leafs in Columbus. Can we sub Ottawa in, please? Battle of Florida all day. Yes. A rematch of round one last year. Washington got swept by the Rangers last year.
That was a letdown. That was
That
felt
series
like that
was
gonna
supposed
a
to be
good one,
awful,
but-
and it was awful. Washington limped in and was no good.
yeah.
And they got the President's Trophy winners who got yarded. Carolina, New Jersey. Okay, I'm in for that too. Now, here's the thing, though. Rangers, by points percentage, sorry, NHL, they're out.
Is that right?
That's right. Detroit's got them by 0.01. Stinking NHL. Make up your minds.
0.01.
0.01. Schedule. Gauntlet. Huska. Glorious victory, boys.
Well, that makes sense because everything escalates the deeper you get
Oh,
into it.
stakes keep getting higher.
There were 2 defeats.
And a crushing
And then a
defeat,
crusher.
despite the
I feel like Florida
Not,
was
not a
crushing.
glorious victory.
Burner Blonde's a crusher, but that's a little different. And
Good
here it is,
for
Dallas. Last game on the trip coming up. How would we feel about a 2-3-1 trip? How'd you feel about a 3-3 trip? Like,
Well, you'd have taken it on the outset
Yeah.
for sure.
7
yeah.
out of 12 points. Absolutely.
7 would be marvelous. 6 would be a successful road trip. 5, be like, well, could have been worse. And when you watch them
Could have been
score 1 goal in 3 games, it certainly could have been worse. They were lucky to get a point in Carolina.
True.
Okay,
Wow.
we'll move. Rhett, yesterday we missed an anniversary of yours. We're sorry. March 4th. It was 17 years ago yesterday that Rhett Warner and the Calgary Flames.
I think he was the last guy with a wood stick.
No. Did have a wood stick late. Someone was playing for forever. Like there's Kipper's a wall here. You guys win 1-0. Jeez.
This was last game.
This was your last game. March 4th, 2008. 17 years ago.
Well, a lot
Yesterday,
of thanks.
bud.
Yeah, really something to celebrate.
Does it feel like yesterday or no? Okay.
And here I sit.
It's really working.
Well, I guess we'll move on, Dean.
TikTok.
Back to me. It was an emotional night around the NHLs. We had a couple ceremonies that got things are getting a little misty. Let's start in Colorado, where Lane Matichuk of the Humboldt Broncos did. Awesome for the Avs for doing this. And, you know, we talked about it a ton. These guys, it's not a news cycle event that's 2 years. It's the rest of their lives, or they lost their lives. It was tough.
That's, you know, it's nice when you could do nice things. Right? There's this. That's pretty darn cool.
Elsewhere, Brock Nelson, probably his last home game as an Islander last night. He was interviewed post-game, but what it meant to be an Islander, a career Islander, I believe.
The most special part about playing here at UBS Arena for you?
Everything. I mean, all of it. I think it's a great place, great fans. Yeah.
Brock, I hope to see you soon. Thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
That was the end of a long interview where Nelson was just clinging, hanging on, trying not to fall apart. He is number one on a lot of trade boards. He's a centerman. He's rock solid. He is not a star, but he is a dependable, probably 2 or 3C elsewhere. And that's a career on the island.
There'd been a lot of changes.
Yeah. 3 rinks probably.
Rinks and
Nassau, Barclays, now the new one.
He doesn't want to leave.
Doesn't want to leave.
he will if he goes away.
Sorry, Brock. We got to.
Let's see.
We got to pick.
Gotta lighten the
we're
mood
gonna
there
have
after
to-
that. Jeez. No, we would never take pleasure in other people's misfortune, especially the Edmonton Oilers.
Mhm.
But some of our viewers do enjoy that. So just bear with us for a moment here as we remind you that the Oilers have the worst points percentage since the start of February.
Anyway, Zach,
As we hate to do it.
We don't want to do this.
don't want to
but
do it.
Part of our job is keeping everyone informed.
Sticklers for details.
That's right. Now, everyone has different people to target, but since John Klimberg debuted,
And who is this from?
this is Engelbert Humperdinck.
Thank you, Engelbert. Sorry, Ryan, back to you.
Thank you, Dean. Klimberg's arrival the day before the month of February, 3-7-1, dead last in the NHL, 20th in expected goal percentage. You want to have expected goals, it means you're playing well. Not good. Prior to the Klimberg signing, second in the league, 3rd overall. Oh boy.
Blame Klingberg. It's all your fault.
Also, bad time to send out your season ticket renewals with a 15% bump last night.
15 points.
15 points after you lose to the Ducks and get slaughtered by the Ducks.
Wow.
Oof. Well, don't worry, though. Mark Spector's here, and he's going to give us some rational wisdom. Let's blame Connor McDavid.
is that what he's saying?
Now more than ever, Oilers need Connor McDavid to lead by example. No, it's not a bad roster build. It's not an offer sheet that they should have matched. The goaltending is good enough. There's no holes on their defense. The depth is fine everywhere. The best player of our lives, it's his fault.
That goal he scored last night was like highlight reel, and he looked so disgusted. after it went, and it's like, don't give me high fives or nothing. I'm just pissed off.
The
Go
setup
away.
for the
Just
Draisaitl
leave.
goal, another like he was in on the 2 goals they had, and then this is the takeaway.
Just leave me alone.
Oh,
You don't know that it's. I didn't read it. You probably did. But it's just a.
It's the headline.
it is, but
you
it's
know.
just classic. You know, the one guy, and yeah, look, he was at the Four Nations. He hasn't been great, but this is why you need to build pieces around your 2 MVP candidates. Holy. Or just, set 25 million on fire and put it in the minors. Whatever works for you guys, I guess. Here's what happened, though. They ran into my boy. I was telling about my boy the other day.
Wow.
Jackson
We got
Lacombe.
a lot of them.
Jackson Lacombe. That's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
+5 and 3 points for the defenseman in 2 periods. Guy's been a mega stud. Jack's like, who is this cat? Where is he from? We did a little digging on him. 4-year college guy, 2nd-round pick of the Ducks. He's from Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Played some junior Kings. Went to Shattuck. He's probably going prep school money like he's Rhett's kid or something like that.
Is he not Norm Lacombe's kid?
I don't know. Did we have a Norm Lacombe on the page?
Norman Lacombe played for the Oilers.
Jeez.
Still working with Blackhawks, isn't he?
I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, Jack, this is
McIver.
at the start of the year, and we kind of laid out Zellweger. They got all these defense, and
This was not a guy we were talking about.
sure it was.
Was it?
Yes.
Because they had Minchikov, they had Drysdale, they had all this stable of guys. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because they had the gold defenseman of the year in the O, the WHL, and the Q.
Right.
This guy's playing college. It's another D-man. Anyway, we'll hit him in the Bet365 bets later because he's unreal. My boy, again. Awesome.
Right.
Florida San Jose made a trade, fellas. Vitek Vanacek for Patrick Gillies.
I don't know who these two
Giles?
Giles. 100 Miles Giles.
Didn't he play for the Pirates? Giles?
He's a Blue Jay. 100 Miles Giles. A couple Tommy Johns later, he's looking at him. Oh,
That's the guy that was on our football show.
no, that's Jill Gillette.
Hard to know.
Gillies.
Yeah, hard to keep straight.
Tonight's slate. Let's have a quick look. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? All right. Got some national games here. Very good. Let's dive into them one by one. On TNT, we've got the Russian superstars going head to head. That would be Ovi and Panarin.
That looks like Jack.
That looks like Red.
That's Rhett and Jack right there.
Wow, you guys playing something?
Yeah, outdoor.
Now, here's the thing no one's
Curtis.
talking about. We all know Rasmus Anderson's contract. Last year's deal. Artemi Panarin. Already. Last year, that
How
deal.
about that?
Huh.
How about it?
Huh. Ovi also has 1 year left on his deal. He's an absolute machine. Score some goals, Ovi. We love you.
So are they doing some cartoony thing given the background? Is this one of those?
This is the Wednesday nights are the national games on TNT, and they do this every week. The nightcap's a good one as well. We got 2 American stars going head to head.
I see that. I'm just wondering. It looks like kind of cartoony graphics for no reason, or is there something tied in? I was just
graphic. They
curious.
do it every week.
It's what the youth want to
I understand
see.
they do it every week. But
It's what
Okay,
the youth
carry
want
on.
to see.
yeah,
American centers, Eichel and Matthews. Boy, I tell you, if you could build a team of Americans, they might finish second at some sort of competition.
cheeky.
Very cheeky. Boy, we'd be pretty humble pie if it went the other way with that very
Yeah.
close game that Canadians
I'm
probably.
sure
didn't
we'd
even
still be
search around.
talking about it a
bring it up.
lot if Canada had lost.
And on Sportsnet Coast to Coast will be the Senators and Blackhawks, which there you are.
There it is.
Spencer Knight.
So tonight was very good. 41 saves in his debut. It's been 10 years almost since this tweet. This is a bit of a swing and a miss. LeBron is 30. This fuckery won't go on much longer. Thank God. That's from 2015, fellas.
Come on, Urkel Spaces.
Jack really liked this one.
That's funny.
Yes.
Do you like how when it falls flat, Pinder's
It blames me.
I can't
Jack-
even think.
Jack
that,
really
I
liked that.
actually, I'm like, I thought there was something after this.
10
This-
years ago, a guy was so pained by LeBron, it brought him joy that LeBron was 30. and it
We've
would be
mentioned
ending soon.
LeBron James twice today, and not ever in the history of the show has he been brought
No,
up.
LeBron. You always hear about LeBron.
Boy. Okay, that's the Pinder Report.
Dean loves wrestling, but does he like frog wrestling? That's the question.
how couldn't I?
Pretty vicious.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty intense. You got to be ready for it.
Cena delivering it. Hey, just registered on the Richter scale. Oh, the knee. Al Rollins. Here it is. Rollins with the pedigree. Can Rollins capitalize?
This is what the youth are doing with their time, Dean. This is what I'm talking.
Don't blame the youth, Fred. I don't watch this.
I love
somebody does.
Feels like there's dissension in the Pinder Report ranks here today.
if I can just rankle everyone, it's a win. So far, so good, I think. I got mad that I played NHL Flames TikTok. Aussies love getting together and drinking with their buddies. Even their little buddies. Look at this.
No worries, son.
With the boys. Is that a mantis?
Getting hammered with a praying mantis? Oh. But Australians do enough dumb drunken things that they have different regulations than the rest of us. We've all been to gas stations and fueled a vehicle. Look at the warnings in...
Which one of you was irresponsible enough to make this warning necessary?
Do not insert into... Why is that sign there?
Why are you watching these things and finding them?
And finally, it's a special kind of corn out there, Rhett. Believe in Mexico. You'd be into this, eh? You like this? Psychedelic?
Está gruesecito el elote, ¿eh? Sí, está bien, está bueno. A ver.
Oh! Those are the best kind. So fresh.
You have a few of them, it really hits you. That's your outstanding Pinder Report that is not open for criticism on a Wednesday here on Barnburner.
Northwest Auto Mall online at villagehonda.com. It is the $1 million buy-in event. They want your pre-owned vehicle. You don't need to buy theirs. They want to buy yours. Get that free appraisal process started online. Payment within 24 hours if the deal gets done. It's you go, we're taking our lease to another dealership. Don't just come on by. Let them take a look. Might be financially viable to let Village Honda buy that thing first and then send you on your way with payment in 24 hours. Village Honda, your dealership for life.
Cash.
Now, today is Wednesday. So the game that Safeway has going, today's the last day for this round. The next round starts tomorrow. That's the good news. Think you know hockey? Play Safeway My NHL Picks every week for your chance to win big prizes like a trip for 4 to a 2025 NHL season opener of your choice. New slate of games opens up every Thursday. It's one game. It's a week in duration. Just pick 5. How many games in a week? 56, so many games.
Yeah.
Just pick 5 of them. Each correct pick earns an entry into the grand prize draw. You can also win scene points and bonus entries and grocery offers. So download the Safeway app. Start playing today for your chance to win. So we've been going along with this. Pinder, a couple weeks ago, you had a great week. Who was our resident picker this week? Who did we get involved in the Safeway picks?
Shoveler. Oh,
how about that?
She's got Safeway app. She may as well.
She's got scene points. Let's take a look. Now she elected to go all in one night, right?
She was just figuring it out.
Yeah,
she was just figuring.
But that's okay. That you can do that.
She liked her picks.
Buffalo, San Jose, Tampa Bay, Columbus, Calgary, over the Flyers, Jets, Islanders.
Jets lost. Oilers lost.
So I mean, hey, it's you're going to get some points there for the Flames, but it's super duper easy, is what you need to know.
Tampa, she got right.
Get the Safeway app, and then just start picking away. Find your 5 games that you love, and I'm thinking chances are over the course of a week, you're going to find 5 in there that you're going to like a lot. Like it a lot.
A lot. Should I get her to do more picks?
Tomorrow, love it. New slate tomorrow. And here's the thing. I'll show you what happens when you get your picks in, because I also went 2 and 3 this week, sadly.
Oh, no.
Killed me. It was the stinking Jets. They won 11 in a row, and then they lost back-to-back on me, and the Leafs couldn't beat the lowly Sharks.
Don't you know that?
You were skeptical, right? You were.
I cursed them.
You kind of did.
And then it'll show you in your other menu how many points you got, all that stuff, and how far you are away from getting. Look at this. 2 weeks in a row. I got a streak going.
How about it?
4 correct picks away from a chance to win 150,000 Scene Plus points.
Very nice. So yeah, it runs a week at a time. Tonight is the last day for this game. New game starts tomorrow.
So we'll show you our picks tomorrow.
Get the Safeway app, download it, get in there, My NHL Picks, and start playing. Because again, the grand prize, not too shabby. Trip for 4 to a 2025 NHL season opener of your choice.
You're going somewhere near a beach if you win that.
I'm not going somewhere. I'm going and staying.
You back there? You're into moving again?
Give me some sun. Should have went away this winter.
Still can.
Yeah, it didn't get anywhere. Didn't get anywhere exciting
feels different. And the sun starts coming out here, and it's like, oh, I went away. Great. No, it's finally might not be nice.
I will. March, April are great months to get the hell out of here.
You've been to Medicine Hat a few times.
Oh, always sunny. One of the sunniest cities in Canada. Maybe the sunniest city in Canada.
I'm told it is.
I've been to Lethbridge.
You get to go to the Hat this weekend?
Next.
Oh,
yeah.
That wind.
Yeah, Lethbridge super windy. I don't know if you've noticed.
Kites.
Yeah,
did notice
great
that.
Kite flying town.
Big on kites.
If they were going to hold the World Kite Flying Championship somewhere, I'm
They do.
throwing Lethbridge their hat in the ring.
Yep.
It would blow away that hat. You'd have to go chase it.
It's kind of like the World Juniors. Every other year they bring it.
Hey,
Service Credit Union. There's one just down the street.
Pop it.
Over there. Service Credit Union. It's the Big Share contest. It's back. It's in full swing. We've been telling you about it every single day. It's $1 million. It could be yours. You become a member. You start saving. You get entries. And then at the end of April 30th, 2025 is when it all ends. Skill test required. For rules, visit service.ca/win. But just by being a Service Credit Union client and being smart with your money, you could be $1 million richer. Set up your paycheck for automatic deposit into your service account to earn bonus entries. Fast track your savings with a high yield savings account. Invest in a GIC. They've got all kinds of promotions going during this contest period. Great interest rates and term lengths, all that on the go. Service, servus.ca/win is the
winning.
website.
$1 million.
That's right. That is correct. Do we have some super chats today? I want to hold off on the one thing.
Should we do our bets?
We can do the bets and the super chat if that's all right.
Yeah.
Don't know what I'm more excited for, the bets or the super chat.
Probably the super chats.
Think so? Okay, let's
That's
go
up to
there.
the yeah.
At the kids' hockey game doing that.
Really? So annoying. Super chat. You get into the YouTube chat, you put some money down, we get the money over to the Youth Centers of Calgary, and then we'll show your comment on the show. This is Handsome Dan. Every time that Dustin Wolf gets a win, he says, you know what I'm doing? I'm putting a brown bill down every single time. Thank you, Handsome Dan. Handsome Dan's Vacation Rentals. I don't know if you know this, but Retro has a secret. That plate of wings that he's mowing down in front of him is a test. If you sit down, lock eyes, grab a wing, and start eating it, you'll earn his respect.
It's true.
He'll buy you a beer, and you'll be buds for life. See, I wouldn't have expected that to be the case.
Punch you in the face.
This is part of his facade, but what Handsome Dan knows and what he's sharing is that this is a test, and Rhett's just going to see if you're
Dan's super wise. He would know, I feel.
$100 worth.
He wouldn't put people in harm's way.
Dan is sending money to McLeod Law for a lawsuit. Somebody's going to get drilled.
Sit down, lock eyes, then grab a wing.
Off Rhett's
Can you
plate.
imagine and just keep staring at him as you're eating
You
that
better
wing?
get there quick because
That's true. It's a
Yeah,
small
time
window.
is of the essence for sure. Well, thank you, Dan. Appreciate the hundo. That'll go a long way for the Youth Centers of Calgary. From K-Man. Hey, guys. Heading to Sun Peaks for a business trip. It's my first trip with the new company. Should I get in one or just keep it cool?
Get in one. Let them know who you are, K-Man.
Yeah.
I'd definitely look around if you got it. There's going to be a few people getting in one. Those are your people.
In fairness, Ryan, maybe not the best one to ask.
I'd always answer get in one.
About the
Like, so it's an Alcoholics Anonymous
Yeah.
event. Yeah, well, I'm just more comfortable this way. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm looking to make a good impression with my new coworkers. Blah, blah, blah. That would be
Why is the T capitalized?
Maybe he's really tripping.
I don't know. Some business trip. It's my first trip. I'm not. Maybe he's got maybe needs a new keyboard. Maybe he's got a.
Jack, did you type that from?
Faulty T.
Start slow though, K-Man. Like, don't order a tray of shots for the whole group.
Yeah, try and kind of
flow.
Just read the room a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Ken's in.
Kenny
boy, $5. Just seems getting into the playoffs just isn't enough. The cost harms the Flames' long-term plan. This team might win a game or two, but not around.
It's playoff hockey.
He's not wrong, but it is kind of fun in the spring if the Saddle Dome could host playoff hockey.
Tomorrow we could do the show. We'll do the what if show because Pinder loves that stuff. What if we had 10 less points?
Well, 10 less. You're picking a stud in the draft.
That's we're not at the draft. We're going into the trade deadline.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably more open to things than you are now,
right?
For sure.
Like,
yeah.
I know you want to save for tomorrow, but
I'll say this though: if you get into round one and you win a game or two, to me, you know what that is? You know what you've planted? A seed of doubt.
Maybe they don't suck.
Not so much in the fans. I mean, in the Jets. Are the Flames good? It's are we good enough? Are we going to lose in round one again?
The Jets have scar tissue.
That's what I mean.
Fair observation.
Hellebuck will be sitting there telling you he's playing great. He's led in 8 the night before.
Best hockey I've ever played.
I don't know if I've ever played better than this.
Man,
got some film to show you. Thank you, Ken. That's a pretty good day for the U Centers of Calgary right there.
Not bad.
Handsome Dan and the K-Man with his trip and old Ken.
Exciting news with Handsome Dan.
Old Kenny boy. Too. Yeah. We'll have some details coming up.
I'm excited.
Bet365, the world's largest sports betting platform. If you haven't already, get your account open. You're going to find they'll have all, there's the NBA and the NHL, and they have all those. And then you keep kind of swiping. It's like, I don't even know what these are.
Horses or dogs?
How is it possible that you can have action on all of these sorts of things? And the answer is because Bet365 is the greatest. Because they're the best.
Talk about a wide range of markets. What else? That's what it is.
Such a wide, huge range.
Huge.
Download the app. Use promo code NATION with you when you sign up if you haven't already. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. There you see it.
Ooh, okay. So
Jackson Lacombs.
He's hit this number 7 of the last 9, 2 shots or more. I am not thinking it stops tonight in Vancouver. Maybe I'm wrong. Second half back to back. But if you'd made this bet, the last 9 games, you'd have won it 7 times. I love that. You want to talk about trends? Elias Pettersson has not hit 2 shots since January. I'm not going to bet against that. He's been dog shirt. And Brady Tkachuk, big game player, scored the game tying goal late that set up the winner in overtime, or that allowed them to get to overtime, if I'm correct. They are in Chicago tonight. Chicago's been much better of late, but Ottawa is playing for their playoff lives. Big players, big games. A 2-point night for Brady plus 240.
Yeah, scored late to tie it to send it to overtime. They did not beat the Capitals, but
okay. Big game.
Big game. Good player.
So riding some trends on the right, and we just like the balls on the left.
Yeah. Did you see him they were booing the anthem?
They zoom right in on him.
He's just kind of like,
and Ryan Whitney's like, he's gonna leave.
Yeah, stop booing. He's gonna leave. I don't think he's gonna leave.
I think he'll probably play 6 years and play really well and win some series, and then he'll go sign somewhere else.
He's got some years left. He's gonna make that money out in Ottawa. Probably loves Ottawa.
New rink coming.
You know,
you're gonna put a new Bear Fax down.
He's like, I love LeBreton Flats.
It's a good spot.
I can't get to LeBreton Flats soon enough. That's what Brady Tkachuk's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I think there'd be some comparable feelings about the Flames in the new rink here. Weeks is already jumping in the construction equipment.
Saw that hard hat stuff. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to do our What If show. And then Friday's trade deadline day.
How's that going to be? Tomorrow night, Dallas Stars. Last chance for Dan Vladar to look like the best goalie in the world. And
last chance to dance for Dan, maybe.
Last chance, Dan.
Dan's last dance?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Feels unlikely
that
Dan will be playing his last game if he plays.
Right. Likely he'll start, is what we agreed, though, right?
Yeah, sure.
Feels like
If they're
it.
listening.
Yeah,
That's
go
what
ahead. May as well
Guys,
play.
Pay attention.
May as well play.
One each.
And then on Friday, still working out the
Hawaiian shirt day.
Oh, it's Hawaiian shirt day. It's trade deadline day, and you have a lot of options. In fact, I think I'm supposed to tell you about one.
Yeah,
I think I'm supposed to probably
it's
tell
the
you.
Daily Faceoff trade deadline show.
Yeah, it's there. It is. I need to do the whole.
Well, it's the best trade deadline
Don't
coverage.
watch
period.
us.
And it runs 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yeah. Hosted by Tyler Yaremchuk, with insider Frank Seravalli and the opinion panel, which consists of Johnny Lazarus and Nate Thompson and Irfan Ghaffar. Former NHLers Carter Hutton and Matthew Barnaby will be there. And Matt Larkin will be along with his trade grades, a who's done well, who maybe hasn't done well kind of analysis. And that is on the Daily Faceoff YouTube and all DFO social accounts coming up on Friday.
Kind of gets me to thinking. We talked about the totals for the 4 players traded between Philly and Calgary and the deal that was consummated on Jan 30. I felt like last night was a good night to feel better about the Flames half of that trade. Like I really liked Frost. Farabey's not right, but you can see that there's some chances there that when he is right, they are going to go in for him.
Yeah.
Because I know the numbers haven't been overwhelming, but the whole team just has been fighting it so badly offensively.
I mean, you can like Pelche. He's easy to like. He's a likable guy. You love his vim and vigor, and he's excited. But there's
no ceiling there. He's the bottom half of the roster.
And you know what Kuzmenko is? Yeah, I don't know if if you have a hang up at all, it's either the salary for Farabee or the second round pick.
Yep.
Which I feel you can.
It feels like a pretty fair deal, and for what Calgary's looking for and missing, you do that deal again today, twice over.
Would you?
So hit him.
I'm looking at big deals.
You're looking at
like
bigger, bigger fish. Anyway, but then on Friday, it's we're gonna have our not to take away from Daily Faceoff
because that's great, thorough coverage.
Right?
I thought that meant we could just take the day
if you want.
Well, I mean, that's not the way we would do it. We want to put in.
Well, that's the way
the effort and time. We want to go the extra mile.
Sometimes, yeah.
So, expecting it to be maybe a little bit of an earlier start for Barn Burner on Friday.
Why?
Just so we can wrap things up and really get focused on the trade deadline.
So we're doing
only
2 shows?
And only the trade deadline. Bonton meets.
What we discussed.
Bonton is on board. It's not going to really change your life. You know what you'll have to do? You'll have to get up from here and just go sit in the couch.
Oh, I thought you said we were going to start earlier. That means
yeah, a little bit.
Bed earlier.
Just a little bit. You don't need to go to bed earlier.
6 a.m. We'll be chopping it up.
What's your sleep? You're at like 80%,
90.
You're doing so good.
Don't we have drags at 5 a.m. You said?
Yeah, we get dregs at 5.
Yeah, sure. 5 a.m. dragger.
7 Eastern.
No dregs on Friday. He's very busy. But yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of a barn burner take on the trade deadline day coverage.
Bonton barn burner take. I like it.
Asleep by deadline time.
You want to see people fighting off a nap?
Are the other shows promoting this event?
I don't think so.
Why?
No,
it's a test balloon.
Yeah.
Maybe next year we'll get promotion for it. It's a test balloon.
Yeah. You know what it is? It's about people playing to their strengths. Chuck and Frank and all those guys, trade grades with Matt. Those guys, they're in their lane. That's where they need to be. Us sitting here with some Origin beers and Bonton meat
sauce.
Jack's going to bring in some frozen popcorn. We're going to be living.
Chirping everybody, crushing teams for making bad trades, maybe forgetting to tell you that trades have even happened.
Yeah.
That's what we're about.
You know what? If we don't tell you, you'll still hear about it.
That's right.
Guarantee you that.
We're not here to break the news. We're here to maybe react on it and have lunch and let you watch it.
So, hang out, eat with us. Swing by Bonton, grab something to go, and we'll see you then.
That said, maybe Frank did have it on Daily Faceoff.
I'm sure they put a graphic together and put it into Drive.
So some guy's napping on a couch, passed out.
Yeah. This deadline's shit. Bonton meats. 28 Crowfoot Circle. Proud to be Calgary and Southern Alberta's Consumers' Choice Award winner for Best Meat in Deli for 24 consecutive years. Greg, again, hasn't let me in on any of it. He says, son, we've never done before, and you're going to have meat sweats. And he's not crazy about sending potato salad, which I'm not crazy about. But
you better send potato salad. I'll tell you that.
That was the first thing I've been kind of
aggressive tone.
Oh, potato salad.
I'll be devastated.
The meat's sensational, yes.
But I'll try and get over it.
Potato salad is a non-event
After
until
my
you've had
nap,
the
I'll
Banter.
analyze.
Yeah, when I wake up.
We're going to need your meat grades because Matt Larkin's doing the trade grades.
That's
we'll get
right.
your meat grades and we'll get your salad grades.
Yeah.
We'll have dessert grades.
The Bonton breaking news desk where Jack's asleep.
He's just cleaning cutlery.
He's got the meats. He's all like a glazed ham, got the meat sweats going.
Now, is Origin in the loop here? Because I feel like we're going to have to wash this
Yeah,
down.
Origin's in the loop. Yeah, we've reached out.
Good.
Yeah, we have reached out to our good friends out in Strathmore, Origin, originbrewing.ca.
I'll buy have one with us.
Yeah, come on.
The invitation, the olive branch has been extended. I'm looking forward to it.
Friday.
Yep.
Some of my kids doing.
They're not seeding yet, eh?
Oh gosh, it seems early. I could be wrong though.
It's so dry out there. They need some rain.
Is it?
That's what it'll be.
That'll
It's
be our.
always dry out
That'll
there.
be our
Yeah.
trade deadline. It's dry.
Boy, she's dry, eh?
There's a little rain. There's a
Here's
foot
a
of
little
snow.
moisture. Gonna need some moisture. But that'll do it for today. Thanks for being a part of it. We'll be back tomorrow. It'll be a Flames game day. Helmets, Dallas Stars. Last game of the road trip. Then trade deadline. Exciting.
Go Ducks. Oilers suck.
Yeah, and you know what? Worth mentioning in that isn't it tonight? Both the Blues and the Canucks play.
Yes,
they're both right behind the Flames in terms of the standings. There, 1 point for Vancouver, 2 points back St. Louis. So some scoreboard watching if you're so inclined.
Blues, Kings, Ducks, Canucks.
Oh, Utah's have a break. They're off for a while here.
Well, they're different down there, eh?
Yeah,
some sort of holidays
They
that
just
we
kind
don't
of
share.
do whatever they want.
That'll do it.
See ya.